Hello, everyone. Jesus Walks a Lot here, and I just want to let you know that on this episode, we had a very special guest, Michelle Madison from the Video Game Outsiders podcast, but at the same time, we had some audio issues. Yeah, unfortunately, we had audio issues when Michelle was on. My headphones were on way too loud. My microphone picked them up, and there is an echo in the podcast. It is noticeable in the beginning of the podcast and near the end. It does go away for a bit, though, and, I hope that you are able to enjoy the podcast just as much, as if it wasn't there. But if you can't, I understand, and I apologize for the echo. There's not much I could do about it at this point. I've tried everything, and it's not working. So I'm just going to roll with it. And thank you, Michelle, for coming on the show. And just to let everyone know, this wasn't Michelle's fault. It was all my fault. It really was. It fucking sucks that the audio was echoing for a bit. But, oh well. Shit happens. Enjoy the show. Here's episode 310 of the Horrible Gamers Podcast with guest Michelle Madison, Coastal Michelle from the Video Game Outsiders. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the show. I'm out of here. Fucking whatever. Bye.
The Horrible Gamers Podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 310. Being recorded on June the 13th, 2020. I'm one of the hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks Out. Today I'm joined by my friend from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunny Chief.
That's right.
Welcome
What's up,
back.
bud?
Welcome back, Gunny. Welcome. Pretty good, sir. Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Are you surviving all the riots?
I am. I've been shelter in place out here.
Good. And the Rona and riots. It's a combination now. The Rona riots. And from Little Ohio, eating all the corn or something. Mayo, welcome back. Woo!
Hey, what's up? How you doing, Jesus?
Hello, Mayo.
Hello.
Hello, Mayo.
Hello.
And we have a very special guest, ladies and gentlemen, from the Video Game Outsiders. We got very special guest host, Michelle Madison. Coastal
What's
Michelle,
up?
welcome.
Hi. There's a lot of energy here. I'm used to this, though, with John.
Awesome. Yeah, welcome, Michelle. Thank you for being on the podcast. This is amazing. This is crazy.
Thank you. I heard Matt was here, so if Matt can do it, I can do it,
Was Matt here? I mean, I don't know if he was.
Was it a lie? That's true.
It might have been.
Oh, he might have been watching a movie.
Who?
Anyways, people, you can follow us on Twitter, all that good stuff. We're going to skip all that shit this week because we have Michelle here, and Michelle's going to talk to us about video games. Michelle,
Yes.
you play video games, right? You play video games.
I play a lot of video games. I have since I was 5 years old. I talk about them every week for the past 15 years on Video Game Outsiders. I'm all about video games.
Hell yeah, son. Anyway, let's talk about video games. Michelle, what have you been playing this week? What is the latest thing that you've been playing this week?
Well, I've been trying to find a, quote, whimsical game for VGO next Tuesday because we're supposed to be talking about whimsical games. And if you guys listen to VGO, you know that I generally don't like these games. They're more of Matt Bradford's wheelhouse. And so we kind of thought it would be funny for us to play something maybe out of our comfort zone. And so I've been trying a bunch of little things. I don't really want to spoil anything, but a lot of my gaming time right now has been back into World of Warcraft, House Flipper, all of these kind of old tried and true games that I keep going back to because we do silly streams and John and I have competitions with them. And yeah, I don't know. I've been playing a lot of WoW and these stupid whimsical games and watching a lot of game stuff. We just watched that PlayStation 5 reveal event. I want to hear what you guys thought of that, maybe what you thought of the console design and maybe some of those games. But I'm telling you, I'm in a gaming drought right now. I'm really looking forward to obviously some things that are coming up in the future, like Last of Us and Cyberpunk and stuff. But right now, I'll take advice, what should I be playing? Because it's a little bit of a lull for me.
Yeah, that's true. At this point in time, Like, it's kind of shitty how this year has turned out to be, honestly, because COVID fucked everything up. That shit just, it fucked everything up. I mean, it pushed back release dates of games. Yep. On top of that, like, you know for sure it pushed back, like, the reveal of the consoles. And then E3, right now we would be in the middle of E3 and there's nothing. Like, it's just fucking dead.
Oh, that's true. See, I'm one of those people who likes E3. I always love doing our E3 wrap-up show. I really like seeing, Phil come out on the stage and talk Xbox stuff. I thought it was fun when Keanu came out. So I love E3. I know we have some listeners that like want it to die and go away, but I think it's a good time. And yeah, between, Corona and some of the other stuff that's gone on, everything's been delayed and pushed back. It almost feels like we're not allowed to talk about games or anything fun or movies. We're like, everybody's obsessed with being depressed right now. It's like, it sucks.
Yeah, it's like the world's fucking gloom and doom. And it was like, oh, the world's ending, guys. Everyone just talk about that. Like, fuck that. Come on. Like,
we love games. We're not allowed to play them or talk about them. I guess it's just the way it is right now. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting by some of this and getting back to some normalcy if we can.
Michelle, did you watch the PC gaming show today at all? I don't know. I think it's still going on as we speak.
I didn't get a chance to watch that yet. I have to admit, like normally I would, but I get a little fed up with those. Like every year they're bad. Did you see it? Was it bad this year?
No, actually, like some of the stuff I saw, like I can't think of like one game in particular, but it actually looked pretty cool. Like whether it was a platformer or something story based, but it looked like some pretty interesting stuff this year.
I'll watch some highlights before the show because we may bring it up, but I don't know. I feel like PC gaming needs a better place to kind of, I don't know if PC Gamer, their site's gone down the tubes, I feel like, in the past couple of years.
I don't think I just skip it altogether. I haven't watched a PC show in a while.
Because all the PC, like when they do those, like AMD or NVIDIA go up there and talk, they're just fucking boring. They have no hype. They're just talking about specs and we got ray tracing technology, guys.
Last year, Epic Game Store took over, and it was everything. It felt really fake and weird and sponsored,
Right.
No, I think from what I saw, I think you'll be impressed, Michelle, because a lot of what I saw was really just a lot of gameplay, and I don't know who the host is, but like that part was kind of quirky, and he had this robot with him, but no,
that dude, he's silly. He's done a lot of Blizzard stuff.
But showing off a lot of games.
Yeah, good.
Nice. Anyways, guys, let's get into this. Have you guys watched the PS5 reveal?
Yes. I watched most of it.
I watched about half of it. I was tired the last couple of nights. I had a chance to sit down. I had to watch it on YouTube because I couldn't watch it live. and I fell asleep on the couch watching it on the Ratchet and Clank part. And then the next day, got back home from work. I'm like, I'm going to put this on. And I got like another halfway through it. And I fell asleep again. I'm like, I give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the PS5, I was, like the more and more I look into it, the more and more I'm thinking these consoles are all a lie. They're all a lie, guys. Because all these things are advertising 4K, 120 frames. It's like, ain't no fucking way. No fucking way. That console, okay. That console might play a 4K, 120 frame a second game. It's fucking going to be playing like CSGO on the lowest settings.
Like Cuphead 2.
Or fucking that new game that just came out, that fucking shooter that's like CSGO. Valorant. It's going to be playing that at 4K, 120 frames. I mean, this shit, like everything that I've been looking into with Digital Foundry and stuff, they've been saying that, like, all the trailers they showed that were gameplay or whatever the fuck, they were all in 4K 30. All of them. Except for like Gran Turismo was the only one that was 60, they said.
The stuff I've seen too is some people I would talk to at work about it. They were like, "Oh, that Spider-Man looks awesome" and stuff. I said, "But none of that was gameplay." I'm like, that was all CGI. Cinematic, because it wasn't like a third-person view. It was literally showing Spider-Man from the side, running around doing different stuff. I'm like, that's all cutscene. And they were all excited thinking the game was going to be like that. And I'm like, no.
Well, that's who they're appealing to. Most people don't do a podcast like we do. They don't follow gaming news or technology, right? They're just casual gamers. They see something really cool like that. They don't really know what it means. They latch onto some buzzwords like 4K and they look 8K, at, this cool, shiny, glossy kind of cinematic and they get excited. But you know what? We live streamed it, John and I, on Twitch, and just like it was a lot of bitching because we couldn't believe that they started off with GTA 5 again. We were like, this is very weird.
Like not Not even Red Dead. It's like, dude, like, isn't Red Dead your newest game? What the fuck are you doing advertising GTA 5, your older game?
Like Michelle said, I think a lot of that general audience is going to see like, oh, they've got, and Destiny's going to be free. Like it is a free to play game, but a lot of that general audience doesn't know that it went free to play like 6 months ago.
You think that's trying
or
to
that they think
appeal-
GTA is not going to come to the next console for some weird reason, but
Well,
we
I
know.
think I've purchased that game 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. That game has been on like it's been on everything now at this point, right?
Yeah.
GTA. It's like Skyrim. It doesn't fucking die because it just keeps making money for them, and they just won't kill it. They're like, fuck it. If we keep printing $1 billion every year, let's just keep doing this. Why do we need to make a new game? You know, it was a funny meme I saw earlier this week. I think somebody posted it in the group where it showed Rockstar and it showed Grand Theft Auto from like 2000 to 2010, and there was like 8 different games and shit, like DLC and all this shit, you know, like GTA 3, San Andreas, all these other games, GTA 4, all the DLC they did for that, and then it shows like from 2010 to 2020, and it shows like GTA 5, and that's it.
Yep,
like GTA 5 and Red Dead, like that's all they've done. And it's kind of crazy how in 10 years they did like 8 games or whatever and like a bunch of DLCs and stuff. And in the last 10 years, they've done 2 games. Yeah, they're big, but still, it's only like 2 games. Like, come on.
But wait a minute, Jesus. I'm looking here. It's Grand Theft Auto 5 Enhanced.
Again? They enhanced this shit again?
Enhanced this time. Right. I didn't realize this game actually came back on the PS3 360.
Yeah, this game, wow. Yeah, that's when I first played it on the 360, man. Like, that's such a long time ago, it feels like. But
backwards compatibility game right there, Jesus.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no, it's not even going to be back because it's going to be the new version. They're going to resell it to you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but it'll be resold. They did it with the last consoles.
They'll sell it to you again for $60 because it's enhanced. They'll throw in
that's what Xbox is saying with Cyberpunk. You should never have to buy the same game twice. So if you get Xbox for your Series X, you can get it for the One X or whatever. You get both of them. I don't think PlayStation has come out and said that because Cyberpunk's coming out before the new console launch. I mean, I'm getting it on PC, so I don't have to worry about it. But I imagine if you're a console user, you're kind of in a little bit of a tight place because it's like, do I play this early now? But with an Xbox, you don't have to worry about it because I think you buy it and then get it for the next gen. But do you guys know if PlayStation, have they said you won't have to buy it again too?
I think from what I've heard about from PlayStation is that they can only do so many games backwards compatible, and I think it's only going to be like new games because I think there was a certain point in time in this last year or so where they started telling developers, okay, you need to start making these games compatible with the new system and this PS4. So I think it's up to developers at this point.
What about forwards compatible with your library though? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it'll be with the library. I think they will. But
I don't think it's going to happen.
Just like you said, Michelle, I think there will be a lot of bickering, and I think that PlayStation fans will request that, and who knows what they'll actually call it. It won't be smart delivery, but it'll be called something else.
Smart delivery.
Okay, good. Did you like the way this thing looked with the white collar?
No. I was like, what the fuck? How high was Mark Cerny when he designed this shit? He must have like got together and dropped some acid with Hideo Kojima and like came up with this fucking ugly ass design. I don't like it. People are saying like, yeah, it looks sleek and futuristic, and it kind of does, but you're right, Michelle. It's really fucking tall. Have you seen pictures of it compared to other consoles?
Yes.
That thing is huge. It's like a fucking
the Avengers Tower,
1.5 feet tall. Like that thing is big.
Yeah.
And like. And when it lays down sideways, it looks really ugly. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this thing?
I don't like it sideways. Like standing up, it's okay. It's a Wi-Fi router. It's all right. Maybe it's futuristic. It's Alienware. But sideways, it's all like there's no symmetry, and it looks very strange. And most people, let's face it, are going to put it down on its belly because they have to, and it looks bad.
Yeah, but I've seen pictures of the red one. Like somebody put up like.
Yeah.
Either just a straight up red one or
red and black looks cool.
You know, or like a Spider-Man theme.
Yeah, it looks like a futuristic.
So awesome.
It looks like an Alienware. Like Michelle says, it looks like one of those Alienware cool looking towers, you know?
Yeah.
But
and it's funny, I even saw like the Alienware PCs they were advertising on Twitter. It was hilarious. Shit. I was like, it's an actual ad from them. It was funny.
Wow.
I don't like the look of it though. And the way the one with the disc, it even looks even funnier because as that disc drives, so it bulges out a little bit, you know, right at the bottom. Yeah. So it's like, what the fuck? I don't like it at all. I think that in a couple years, I would say maybe 3 years, we're gonna see a redesign of this shit. It's gonna be like way different. It's gonna be like a box. It's gonna be like the slim PS5 where it's just like a tiny box or something.
I don't know. I saw some people actually saying that, hey, at least they've gotten away from the VCR look. So there is that.
It's true. They have, but what's wrong with the VCR look? I mean, like, what's wrong with the way the Xbox One X looks? I think that's perfectly fine. It's a box.
Yeah, I like the look of the PS4 Pro.
Well, it could be their cooling solution because, this thing's a little beefier, right? Yeah. Potentially. I know my PS4 Pro is super loud. Yeah. And I'm hoping this thing isn't that loud because it's a little bigger, it's going to run a little cooler. It looks a lot bigger than the Xbox, but it's, of course, slimmer. So I don't know. I guess a lot of people I'm hearing are mixed on this. But the majority of people don't really like the look. So I think maybe like you're saying, we might see like a version 2 or a redesign. I don't know if they're going to stick with this because it's not for everybody, right? No. They need something a little more basic.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a redesign in a few years.
Mm-hmm.
On the Game Store guy, Michelle, on the bonus content, he was talking about it too, and he was complaining too because he thinks when people trade it in, it's not going to stay white. It's going to turn yellow, and he's going to have a hard time cleaning it. And people that smoke in their house and stuff like that, it's going to have that yellowish tint to it, and you're not going to be able to clean it ever. So he's like, what am I going to do with these things? He's like, they're going to be a pain in the butt to clean. And he said the way they're shaped, they're going to be hard to clean because they got those grooves in them. And so he was saying that it's going to be difficult to clean, which I can see that.
Germ farm.
Ew. I got to ask you guys, though. I don't know if you heard, he said that he will not be carrying the digital-only version.
What?
I did hear him say that.
Yeah, you know what? Because he doesn't.
He sells disc or whatever?
Yes, he wants me to sell disc to people. But if I heard, maybe I'm an asshole. But if I was at a game store and they were like, "Nah, I'm not carrying it because I don't want to support digital," I'd be like, "Well, fuck you, buddy. I'm not coming here to buy controllers. I'm not coming here to buy Switch games. I'm not coming here to get anything. You're a fucking douche." That's what I would say. Okay. Yeah. So Kevin and I would butt heads on that. But, his point is that I think he wants to sell people games, right? So that he wants them to buy the physical version so they can come in and get the physical games. But I still feel like you're losing customers and you're not serving your customers and what they want. But, what? That's his choice, his store. But
I'm with you on that, Michelle, because when I've gone into GameStop over the since Xbox One, I've been going there my whole life. But since the Xbox One released, I've gone all digital, but I can always go into a GameStop, and I don't know if this holds true today, but, and I can trade in some games or maybe a peripheral or something, and I can say, hey, I want a code for this game, and I want a $60 gift card.
Yes.
And they're like, absolutely, right here, here's your codes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that's always been
and why not get into the code selling thing? He doesn't know what the future holds. Potentially, Sony may come up with some sort of sell the codes here, your whatever, and maybe he's cutting himself off from that, losing customers. Maybe some customer says, you know what, fuck this game store. I'm going to go to Walmart now and buy this because this guy won't serve me, and I'm not coming back here. I just think it's petty. Kevin, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I feel like maybe he's going to piss off people. But you know what? Maybe in Ohio, people are a lot nicer than me, and I'm an East Coast snob, and maybe nobody will care, but I would get an attitude with the person because I feel like they're there to sell us products, and this is something that he should want to sell, so I could come in and maybe get some other stuff sometime.
Michelle, I'm in Ohio. I'll go in there and I'll give them a hard time for you guys. I'm gonna go in there and be
you should go in there and be like,
digital version of
you should go in there and be like, I was gonna buy 5 of these systems. I guess.
Yeah, and I was
just go to Walmart.
Donate to your store. Yeah,
I'm going to GameStop or Walmart.
But go in there if you really want to fuck with them and be like, oh, I came to your place after I checked Walmart. Walmart was out. He hates that. Like, I love listening to the show because he just complains about his customers, but he's always like, if somebody comes in and says they didn't stop here first, I'm like, fuck you. I'm like,
I thought about going in and like coughing all over my elbow and then coming up to him and want to shake his hand and be like,
not on your sleeve.
Hey, you guys got that digital PlayStation?
I looked at Walmart and everywhere else. I figured I'd check here since I happened to drive by.
He would give you a big sigh. Since we're shitting on him, we can plug his podcast. It's the Game Store Guy on the VGO app. It's a good show. He's a good guy, but I just had to give him crap over that.
No, yeah. But okay, so he doesn't sell the digital PS5, or he doesn't plan to sell it. Does he sell the currently like that digital Xbox or whatever, that Xbox One S?
Oh, I don't know. Probably not.
No, it's not popular at all. I don't think anyone buys that shit. I don't know who has it.
Not even seen an ad for it, but I know it
might be
exists.
popular if it's like $200 less or something. It probably won't be, but I mean, I'm wondering if this is appealing to people now.
Michelle, do you think this system? Okay, if you're looking at the PS5, you go to the store, right, and you're not Michelle, you're somebody else. You're Karen. And you go to the store and you're looking for a console for your kids because they're fucking bugging you for a PS5, and you see both of these boxes on the top, and they look the same pretty much. One says digital and one says PS5 normal or whatever, but you see the price tag and one is $600 and one is $500. I think most people are going to be buying the digital one instead of the fucking $600 disk drive one, right?
Yeah, they probably don't know the difference. They probably think, oh, it has a hard drive. I can add one later. They probably don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I think Kevin's got what's this Game Story guy?
Yeah, we have CC Games CEO.
CC
he has
Games
a game store
CEO
out there in Ohio.
Yeah,
go check him out. Go buy stuff from him.
He's going to lose a lot of customers that way because I think people are going to be looking at him. They're going to be like, "Well, how come it says $500 on the ad, but you're selling it for $600?
How come I can buy this at Walmart for $500? Why are you charging $100 more?"
He's going to be confusing some people. I think.
I don't understand. Right, I'm just going to shit on Kevin more. No, because like Michelle said, I think if I come in there and I still want that digital, Kevin, I want to buy a pair of headphones. I can't. I'm not going to shop at your store. I'm not going to get your headphones if I can't get the console. I'm going to go somewhere else.
Right. I think it's a shame, but you know what? His choice. He knows what's going to work best for him, right? Obviously, he's the expert. But to me, I just worry that maybe he's going to piss people off. He would piss me off. I would be like, this guy's a douche. We know him and we know he's not really a douche, but I mean, it might give the wrong impression if he doesn't explain it properly. Like he can't just be like, no, because I hate physical. What if somebody asks him why? What is his answer to why he's not carrying it? Yeah. What's the answer? Because I would be like, why don't you have it?
Oh, I ran out of inventory.
Yeah.
I would rather have digital. I've used, Michelle, you're probably the same way. I'm on PC.
Yeah.
It's been digital for I don't know how long now. And I've gone through 2 or 3 now PCs since, and none of them have disk drives, and so it's just normal to not have a drive. And, look at my Steam library, it's like 600 games, and I have all these, launchers with large libraries now, and I have no problem just using the cloud to back up all my games that I own and uninstall and reinstall when I want to play them.
Yeah, I thought I would want physical for my consoles because you can then trade it in and get some money and stuff. But I've even started going digital there. I bought Animal Crossing digital. I'm going to get Last of Us digital. There's just something about it I like. I don't like having to mess with changing discs or cartridges and having it always there. I'm accustomed to it. So I don't know. I might go all digital if I do get a PlayStation 5.
If I do, I'd definitely go digital.
Yep.
Yeah, same here. I would go the digital version or whatever. So on top of the console, they also revealed some peripherals for some accessories for your console. So now they have a new HD camera, which apparently will have dual 1080p lenses. So this apparently will be used either for the new VR headset or streaming like you can do now with the current PlayStation camera. They also announced a new Pulse 3D wireless headset, which will be replacing the gold wireless headset that PlayStation has out now. And apparently this offers 3D audio support. So this is going to be a new major feature for the PS5, and it has dual noise canceling microphones, and they also have a media remote. This is interesting, looks like a fucking TV remote. Here you go, guys.
PS2 have a media remote?
Yeah, they did. I know.
Had a remote.
I know the Xbox One had one, but then Microsoft discontinued it. They were selling it for like $20, but then discontinued after a bit. So it's kind of interesting to see how this is launching with one, like right off the bat. Like, here's the media remote with it. So I think they know they want to make this like the center of the entertainment, your home. Like you come here to watch Netflix and play video games.
Yeah, so that's what I don't get. Like, Netflix is in your TV. I mean, John watches Netflix on his Xbox. I'm always yelling. I'm like, first of all, why do you don't need your Xbox on to watch, Netflix? He's like, yeah, but I do, and it's better. But I guess there's a lot of people like that. For me, I don't use my consoles to do anything else. I play games on them.
My daughter stole my Xbox One X to put it in her room to watch Netflix because she didn't have a smart TV.
Yeah. But just get a Chromecast or something. I mean, there's answers that without having to have an Xbox on. Like, it annoys me to have that thing on and running and hot and making noise. Maybe I'm just a grumpy old lady at this point, but I want to launch something like or send it from my phone to the TV. To have a console on, to watch Netflix. I don't know. There's got to be a better way, guys.
Yeah, like a fucking remote. I don't. It's stupid, I think. And they also announced a DualSense charging station, so it's going to be a charging dock for your DualSense controllers. What did you guys think of that new design of the controller? It looks like an Xbox controller to me. Every time I look at it, I'm like, that looks like an Xbox.
Cool. It looks stylish.
I don't know.
I think it looks stylish. I like it.
I don't like the layout of the PS4 controller. Did they swap it up? Or their thumbsticks are still level, though?
No, the thumbsticks, they're still level. They're still like next to each other. But they did make like the grips longer, so it's more like an Xbox controller now where they're a little bit longer to grip onto. But still.
Okay.
I don't know.
I want an Xbox style controller for my PlayStation. I have to be honest. I do like the Xbox controller better. Even though I've had a PS1 and PS2, I just could never, once I made that swap, it just doesn't feel as normal. But I do think the controller looked kind of cool. You know, when I saw the controller, I liked it. I guess we should have known it was going to be white.
Right, of course, along with the console.
Yeah.
It's got the haptic feedback. I guess we'll have to, it'll be more of a hands-on.
I think white, I don't know. I want the console to be fucking black. I don't know why I don't like the white color. It just, to me, it seems like the white color is going to stand out too much on Entertainment Center or something like that. You know what I mean?
They should have offered both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted to stick out in the center of your Entertainment Center. You know, got all these black devices around it, you know, and
this big ass tower of power. Turn it on. Woo! Oh, man. Oh, but look here. Speaking of PS5 backwards compatibility, I'm on this Push Square website. And it says here that right now, despite what you have heard, Gunny, backwards compatibility isn't a thing yet on the PS5. They're still testing, and they're setting up the testing for up to 4,000 PS4 titles to be used on the PS5. But they haven't done it yet. So I guess you still have to test it? That's a lot of games to test.
That is a lot, yeah.
Whatever. We'll see. I mean, fucking PlayStation. Why can't they just be like Xbox? Make everything easy. Just fucking...
Yeah, you know what? They're getting away with it, and so is Nintendo. You know, Xbox is definitely the best one with the library, but once again, I feel like the average person just doesn't seem to care. Yeah. And it's frustrating because they aren't doing the things they need to do, you know, especially Nintendo with the Switch. You know, I love to shit on them, but like they make you rebuy. John, you know, he buys the same game 3 times because they had it on the Wii and the Wii U, and he bought it again on the Switch, and it's like they're taking advantage of people like that. You know, if you bought the game, it should probably carry over, but they're probably not going to be in a rush to do that because they are going to win the console war again because I think they're going to have the exclusives that they need and they're going to have the numbers. And so why would they really rush to do that? You know, 4,000 games, like you said, that's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah, and it was a slow thing for even Xbox One, where literally they were like, here's 30 games or 20 games or whatever, and it did take a while for them to bring
Xbox
forward.
Xbox for the 360 backwards compatibility, they made it easy. They gave the developers the choice. They were like, look, it can do it. Just we need the publishers to just let us do it, and we can do it for you. You know, we just say yes, give us the rights to do it, and we'll do it. And a lot of publishers said, okay. Yeah, they did it for the publishers. They were like, you guys don't have to do shit. Don't do anything. Just tell us yes, and we'll make it work. and I don't know if PlayStation is going to be as simple as tell us yes and we'll make it work. I don't think.
So what'll happen to PlayStation Now? I mean, that's another question.
Well, that's streamed, so I don't think that would matter much. You could just stream that to anything because PlayStation Now could be streamed to a PC.
Yeah.
So I think you just stream it. It doesn't matter.
So have you tried that, Michelle? Have you tried doing the PlayStation Now on your PC?
I haven't because I did have the PS4 Pro. If I didn't, I would have tried it. I loved God of War, so I really wanted to see a glimpse of God of War 2. But I'll tell you, if I hear that it's launching, you know, at the same time on PS Now or something, I might reconsider buying a PlayStation and just maybe stream that one game. But I feel like they're going to do the same thing where it's like it goes there after a year or two. So like the older games go there, but that seems to be their answer to backwards compatibility for now or whatever. It's like, oh, you can play Horizon Zero Dawn on your PC. And it's amazing how many of my friends that are PC gamers, they don't have other consoles. So they're all like super excited right now because they're going to be playing Spider-Man and stuff. So I think PS Now is kind of the hit, even though the numbers aren't huge. It's just streaming is hard to get on board with for me. I do not like the streaming thing.
Yeah, I tried it when it first came out on my PC, and I thought it looked kind of bad. Like it had that almost, you know, like a 1080p look on a higher res TV or monitor, which, you know, I was running on a 1440 monitor at, you know, 144 hertz, and it's all looking like grainy and light. You know, the blacks didn't look real black and stuff, and it just not having that control too of your settings and stuff. It just felt weird. I didn't enjoy it. I canceled it.
You know
that was
why?
my experience with Google Stadia.
Yeah,
you know
it feels
why
laggy.
it looked. You know why it looks so shitty, Mayo? Because it displays at a maximum resolution of 720p.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like half the.
Oh,
I think
really?
that's what I
They
played
don't do
here.
1080 on
No, they
PS
don't.
now?
They don't even do 1080.
Oh, that's worse than Stadia. Because I did try Stadia. I tried Assassin's Creed in my browser or something. The problem I have is like the input lag or whatever. Like you turn your character and it takes, you can feel that split second. And then Google
Yeah.
said, oh, we'll fix that with predictive movement. It's like, no, you won't. You know, John bought into it. He bought StadiaPodcast.com. I'm like, this is shit. It's going to be shit. So, you know, it sounds like PS Now is even worse than that.
Yeah.
So, ugh.
It's pretty bad. But yeah, you know, speaking of exclusives, we seen that, you know, they're gonna have a new Spider-Man game coming out this year. And people were saying that no, this is a spin-off, this is like a DLC thing, this is like an extra thing. And Insomniac came out and said like, no, this is a new game. Like this is a new Spider-Man game. I think it may be set in New York City again, and they may reuse the same map. But they said that it is a new story, like it is a new game about Miles Morales or whatever, and it's a new Spider-Man, it's a new story. So they said, don't think of it as an expansion. This is a complete new story. So there you go, people. Because there was a lot of confusion about that. People were saying, no, it's DLC, it's an expansion, this sucks.
Yeah,
You know?
and I saw a couple news outlets that said the same thing. And I know Epic
yeah.
Irk, I saw him correct a couple people on Twitter. They were like, no, guys. GameSpot, this is the new
Honestly,
game."
man, when I saw Spider-Man, I was excited because I really loved the Spider-Man they recently came out with like a couple years ago. That game was incredible, and I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be a hit, you know.
Oh yeah, it'll
Absolutely.
be popular. Why was there confusion around it though? Because I even read something from Sony, or maybe it wasn't from Insomniac, but they're saying no, it's not really purely standalone. Maybe like you say, they're reusing the city or something, and maybe
That's
it
what I
can,
think.
maybe it can unlock within your game if you already own the other one too, or something. Maybe it's like a
Yeah.
weird hybrid thing. Because I feel like it's not just going to be like a $60 full price game. I feel like there's something weird about it. Is it a $40 thing? Like I don't know. I just feel like why was there confusion? What caused that?
Yeah. Oh, well, apparently this is what caused it. They're the head of the European business at Sony Interactive, this guy Simon Rutter, he said he was in an interview and he said, I guess you can call it an expansion and an enhancement to the previous game. There's a substantial Miles Morales component, which is the expansion element, but also within the game as well, there's been major enhancements to the game and the game engine, obviously deploying some of the major PlayStation 5 technology and features. So he obviously fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those suits.
Yeah.
He didn't know what the fuck
Okay.
he was talking about.
Pretty much.
Well, that makes sense then.
What's this video game you guys are asking me about? Yeah, that game. Okay.
Yeah, we got it. Uh-huh.
Shit. But yeah, I'm excited for Spider-Man. I'm excited to see lots more games coming out. But you know, recently this week, just this a couple days from now, a few days from now actually, The Last of Us will be coming out here, guys. And guess what? The Last of Us 2 is the highest rated game on Metacritic.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that according to Jason Schreier?
Looking at let's look at Metacritic.
It's getting a lot of 10s. I did hear that like Polygon and Kotaku were giving it bad reviews because they didn't like the story. So it makes me wonder what happens. Does she become not a lesbian anymore and that pissed somebody off? I didn't want to see the spoilers. So but yeah, there's some people that have some bad stuff to say about the story. They said you don't feel connected to the characters or something.
I did see.
I've only read the headlines on
Yeah.
something like that.
the stories reviews.
I don't
Not the actual
know.
review.
I think people are very hung up on the whole lesbian thing. I don't give a shit
Yeah.
if somebody's lesbian or gay
Yeah.
or whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck. If the game is as fun as the first one was and it has an engaging story like the first one did, I'll enjoy playing it. You know, like the first one, the gameplay wasn't all there. I'll be honest with the first game. It wasn't like, oh, this gameplay is fucking incredible. Wow, look what they did. It's what we've seen before. Fucking shoot a zombie, sneak around zombies, sneak around looters, kill bad guys, etc. Get the girl to the safe zone or whatever. We've seen it before. And I think it's going to be the same with this generic gameplay, but the story is hopefully what what they do good here, because that's what they did a really good job with in the first one. And I think that's why the first one was such a big hit, was because we saw a story that was like a movie kind of for like the first time, you know, like it was like, whoa, this story is really fucking good. Yeah, and I hope it's like that for this one.
Yeah. Did they add like a jump button, or they didn't have that before? And I think that was just one of the little thing that people didn't like as far as gameplay mechanics.
I can jump now. Fuck this game.
I can jump over this desk. I don't have to.
I'm one of those people, I don't like when you can't jump in games. I have to admit. I just played one recently when I was trying a whimsical game. I think it was the Waylanders. I'm going to talk about it Tuesday, but you can't jump in it, and that bothered me.
Yeah, that bugs me too.
It's the worst when games you can't jump.
It's like a Resident Evil. Yeah. What the heck?
I've been playing Mafia 2 recently, and in that game you can't fucking jump, and I fucking hate it. I'm like, this feels old. It feels like an old game when you can't jump. It's like, what the fuck? Why can this guy jump like 2 feet? Come on, just jump.
I'm old and I can't jump.
But I don't really jump a lot in real life, though. I have to say that. You know, I don't go around my house bunny hopping. So there's that. I guess especially some mafioso guy, you know, he's like, hey, Vidi, you hopping around your room? I get it, but like it does feel weird. You want to jump. Like I want to hop around in games.
You're so fucking right.
Yeah, you don't jump in real life.
You don't really jump around your fucking house.
I can't remember the last time I jumped, thinking about it. Jump rope in 3rd grade.
Probably just over like a water puddle or something like that in the park. You know, it's the only time.
But yeah, other than that, The Last of Us 2. Are you getting it, Gunny? Are you going to get it on the PS4 Pro?
I haven't decided. I think I have to talk to Jonathan about that.
Gunny.
Who I game share with. As far as like, you know, if he's interested in it, if he wants to play it.
96 on Metacritic and you're not interested. You don't know yet. Come on, Gunny.
Do it for the show.
Yeah.
That's why I would
Should I get it, Jesus?
Yeah.
You should, Mayo. Mayo, if you could find a PS4 Pro, you should get it.
Yeah, and I think playing that game, and especially even in the opening of that game when I played it back on PS3, was just...
Has a bundle been mentioned at all?
Yeah, they have that ugly-ass console.
Well, maybe I'll find a bundle.
Oh, yeah, with that like fossil on it. It looks terrible.
I'll get the ugly one. And
it looks ugly as shit. It's like the ugliest console they've ever done.
It's really ugly.
I don't know why they did that. Like, I don't know what's up with PlayStation, but it seems to me that every single one of their like limited edition consoles or whatever, since they've been doing them, since the generation started, they've all been kind of ugly and shitty. They like every single one of them has been bad.
Spider-Man was the only one.
That's one I like.
That's the one. I like the Spider-Man one, but it was only a sticker, like a spider sticker on a red console.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Not a lot of effort. I do have the God of War one, which I liked on the internet, but then when I got it home, I was like, this looks cheap. It was like shiny, like silver with like hieroglyphics on it. I'm like, this is a Viking thing. It looked like, I don't know, like some bad art, but you're right. Xbox definitely does the custom consoles better. Like that Cyberpunk one that's coming and everything looks a lot cooler than what I've seen from PlayStation.
Yeah, Xbox, like they put way more effort into their shit. They got
a sticker, Spider-Man.
Here's a spider sticker on a red console.
Right.
Have fun, guys. Yeah, that Last of Us 2 one, that fucking fossil or whatever the fuck leaf thing they put on the top of it. I'm like, what the fuck? Who thought that was the cool thing to do? What the fuck? You could have put a picture of fucking Joel and Ellie on the fucking thing. It would have been better than that, you know? Anyways, guys. What else have we been playing? So besides Mafia 2, I guess, I'll get into what I've been playing this week. Fucking Mafia. One thing I gotta say about Mafia 2, though, is it feels really almost kind of refreshing playing a game that doesn't give a fuck. Like games nowadays are too cautious. They don't do shit like shit was done in the past, I guess. Whereas Mafia 2, like, you got fucking naked girls in the fucking game. You got those Playboy magazines and shit. You got fucking guys, having sex during the cutscene. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, they're doing this in a game? Like, what's going on here? And, like, yeah, they don't give a fuck. There's, like, just fucking racial slurs being thrown around. And, like, these mobsters just talking shit to people and killing people and murdering people. And it's something that you don't see in a lot of video games nowadays. Something like, for example, I guess you probably see it in like a GTA, but not in anything else, really, And so it's really refreshing for me to see that kind of stuff like violence, real violence.
You're never going to see it again, I fear. I fear like we're going down this Orwellian future where everything is, look through the screen and filtered. And I think it's affecting games already and is going to continue to if we don't come to our senses. It's like the world has gone insane. And, I do like those old school games because they didn't give a fuck, and maybe there was especially with something like GTA, like you talked about. I'm curious how the next Grand Theft Auto is going to be, because are they going to be able to get away with running over a pregnant woman or something stupid? Can you do that anymore?
Or even Cyberpunk. I'm curious how that's going to be, because that seems like it's going to be pretty on the edge.
Well, Cyberpunk, I think the way they can skirt around it is they could say, well, these aren't really humans; they're like augmented people.
Kind of like with Days Gone. Like, Jesus, you were mentioning, you had talked about that in length about that game. And when I went back to play it, I'm like, you're absolutely right. Like these little zombies are kids is what they are. They just called them something else.
They had to call them zombies. Yeah. Because you wouldn't have been able to just run over kids. Whereas in Silent Hill, I remember killing a bunch of freaky kids at the schoolhouse, I think, but you can't do that anymore. They got to be zombie kids.
Yeah. I've been playing Days Gone too. And the shitty part about Days Gone is the game is actually pretty fun sometimes, but it looks so bad. It just looks so bad. I'm like, because I play on the PC mainly. I'm like now I usually game mostly on the PC, and I'm gaming with a pretty decent graphics card and usually on pretty high settings and everything's usually maxed out. But I switch over to fucking the PS4 Pro, and fucking Days Gone, and it's like 30 frames. And it's just so slow. I'm like, this is
we all know you can't see the frame rate. You don't notice.
Can't see past 30.
Between 30 and 144.
Heard that a lot. I'm still hearing it.
That's some bullshit. Yeah. I thought that was true until I got a PC, and then I was like, this is they're not lying. They're not lying at all.
Trying to show you the light. I'm not making this shit up. Like,
seriously.
And Jesus would be talking about the PC Master Race, talking about how the games and this and that, and he was
talking so much shit.
PC Michelle. And I started messaging him and Gunny, and I'm like, he needs to do it. Finally, he pushed that button, and I was so excited for him.
Yeah.
No, like honestly, it has changed my life because I fucking love the way video games look now. Like I try to max everything out all the fucking time and all that shit. But yeah, I was playing Days Gone. And the frame rate is just so bad. It's like 30 constantly, right? And then sometimes it'll dip when there's a bunch of zombies on the screen, like a fucking horde will come in. And it's like the shit just goes down. You can just see it go down like 26, 28. And then it goes back up real quick. But it's like, fuck, that is so bad. And
it takes you out of it. I mean, some people have lectured me when I bring that up. Oh, just talk about the game. Well, that is the game. It does. And even when I was playing like on my Switch, like Zelda Breath of the Wild, those stutters, like it was going to 20 FPS. Like it couldn't even run Zelda. Like it is a part of my gaming experience. I'm sorry. Like you've got to do better. I'd rather see you lower the resolution and get the frame rate smooth. And that's something a lot of people don't get yet.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about, how I was talking about how Digital Foundry broke down pretty much all the gameplay that Sony showed or whatever at the fucking reveal. And they said everything's 4K 30. So what do you think? Like I know a lot of these companies, or both Microsoft and Sony, they're touting ray tracing. And I know for a fact, I have a 2080 or whatever, Super, and we could do ray tracing. And I've done it on some games. And I know the fucking hit the games take when you turn that shit on. Like, any game, really, you go from fucking 100 frames, it'll drop to 60. Like, it'll take 40 fucking frames
away.
That's
why no one's using it now. A lot of people like myself skip the 20 generation. I'm going to be getting a 3080 Ti. It's like, then we'll probably be able to have it on a bit. But right now, you're right. You flip RTX on, it's like, frame rate cut in half sometimes. Nobody's doing it. So these consoles aren't going to be able to magically do it. They do dynamic resolution there. So you don't know if it's really 4K. They say 4K 30, for one split second. What it probably is running at 1440p. It's going back and forth from different resolutions when it can. So they're not going to be like this pure 4K 30 experience. I would rather see them just make 60 the new standard and just stop talking about 4K RTX. Just do 1440p checkerboard, whatever the hell you want to call it, dynamic resolution, whatever, but just keep that frame rate. But I just think that you're, like we're saying, people are attached to these buzzwords. They don't really know what they're talking about. The average casual gamer, mom sees it and says, oh, we have a 4K TV. And most people, some people are going to love it. They're going to say, wow, this looks great. Matt Bradford will say that, and I'm not knocking him, but he's like a Sony guy, and he's never once complained about the resolution or the frame rate or anything, right?
I've been arguing with him. I've been arguing with Matt in the chat. I'm like, Matt, fuck the PS5, upgrade your PC, you'll be much better off. And he's like, well, no, the PS5 will just give me the ease of turning on the console and being set for the next 6 years. And I'm like, yeah, but the PC could be the same. Just like, why are people so afraid of the PC? Like, it's not that hard. Like,
I think it's that old stigma back earlier generation in the PCs. It was a lot more work, and you did have to mess with your settings and stuff a lot more.
Literally, you just fucking launch the game.
It is so easy now.
Literally, you fucking launch the game, and half the time the shit's already set to like the best settings for you. It's like,
Hey guys, listen. So, look at me. I've got like this small library here on my PC. I'm 1440p monitor, 165 hertz. I love it. I can definitely see the difference, man. Especially in a game like, let's take Rainbow Six Siege for example. You know how when you're changing your weapons, I feel like it is just slow motion when I'm playing on the Xbox One X, just compared to the PC where it's just instant.
Yeah,
it's a big difference.
If you like shooters, you definitely want to be a PC gamer. And, this is, I think, what really changed John, because he was a Call of Duty guy, right? Now he says, I can't go back and play it on the console. I mean, shooters are where you're going to definitely really appreciate the higher FPS, where you're really going to appreciate just the instant kind of feedback. And I'm telling you, the amount of people that just say they swap to PC, but they're still playing with controllers. And I'm like, no, let it go. Get used to the keyboard. I think the keyboard scares a lot of people. You don't have to use it, but I think it scares a lot of people. But if they get used to it, if they tough it out, they're going to be better off. Like your reaction timing and the precision with the mouse and all that. So I don't know. People are just frightened of it. I think, like you say, it's a little bit of the old school kind of, do I have to update my driver's talk, and a little bit of the keyboard thing too.
Right. You know what I think? Here's how I think. When I play, for example, like maybe Rainbow Six Siege, maybe a free weekend, or I own Division 2 and I'm playing on that with mouse and keyboard, and because I'm so used to a controller, I almost feel like I'm like learning to roller skate drunk or something, But there is that curve where I need to. But once I get into that groove, I'm like, oh, this just feels really good with mouse and keyboard. You
got to get over it. You just have to get over it, because I feel that way now with controllers, and especially with having different consoles. I don't spend a lot of time on them. So like if I have my Switch controller, I'm like, okay, this feels weird. I could easily, if I had the keyboard available, I'd probably throw it away and dump it, but that wouldn't be the best way to play Zelda. So it's like I've done that too with controllers, where I've almost wanted to throw my PlayStation controller against the wall. But if you stick with it for a day or two or a week or whatever it is on the keyboard, you're going to be better off. Like I go through that, the opposite thing with it with controllers right now for me.
I'm right there with you. I've said it on the show multiple times where I try to play a shooter like on the Xbox and I can't.
Yeah.
I'm so bad. The guy is standing completely still and I'm just shooting to his left, shooting to his right. I cannot aim with them thumbsticks.
No, I can't anymore.
Like, give me my PC, and I just leave the game. It's like, I wanted to play this game on Game Pass, and I will go straight to my PC and play it up there because
that's why I love that they're selling these mouse and keyboards now for consoles. I know some people think it's bad, but like I think it's cool, that Xbox did a thing with Razer and is selling mouse and keyboard. That's kind of like a gateway drug.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I agree. But yeah, besides playing all that shit, guys, I decided to go back and play some more of Star Wars Battlefront 2 this week. It's all old games, I'm sorry, but there's nothing new that's out. So I've been playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. And the reason I played that was because I went to Steam last night and I noticed that they were like showing like a whole page for like EA, because apparently all the EA titles are now available on Steam, and even like Origin Access is now available on Steam, which is pretty cool, I guess. So and it's all crossplay. So like if you have like it's all like people that buy this shit on the fucking Steam can play with the Origin people. It's all just, it all works. It's all PC or whatever. So I went to play some Star Wars Battlefront 2. And even to this day, that game is like 2 years old now. Isn't there something like that?
Probably 3.
It looks good.
Even to this day, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This game looks incredible. Like,
yeah.
It looks like you're in you're in a Star Wars movie or something. It looks real sometimes. I'm like that looks like a real stormtrooper running at me right now. Like, that is fucking crazy, And
I just got off an Xbox party with Jedi of Light. He was playing it because somebody had posted it in Discord about how cool of a game it was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a really.
He's like,
good game.
if you want to play, but yeah, well, definitely. I said, definitely hit me up, and
it's better than Battlefield 5. I don't like Battlefield 5. I think they dropped the ball with that fucking game, but
it reminds me of Battlefield 1 a lot, and I think that's what when anybody invites me to the game, I'm like, hell yeah, I want to play some, some of that game where especially if it's like a versus mode or something.
And now they have like all the characters unlocked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did a re-review of that game because like they just updated it so much. They got rid of all that pay-to-win stuff a little bit, and like it really looks good. I think it's fun. I kind of bashed it originally when I first played, like everybody else. But if you go back, revisit that game, like it's a good time to go back to it. It still looks amazing. Like it's just really breathtaking.
Yeah, it really is, and they have all the characters unlocked. So like I was playing as what's that little fucking ball, BB-8.
Oh,
dude, that thing is beast. I was like, I don't even have that shit leveled up. It was like level 1, but I was like, it was available for me to use. So I clicked on him, and I was fucking killing everybody with that thing. I'm like, this thing is fucking murdering the entire other team.
You know, when you get into like
fun,
there's some maps, Jesus, when you get in with BB-8 and you're in like, let's say the hangar. Or if you're like in the center of one of those town maps, you destroy people.
And fucking hallways, just go down the hallway spinning with the wires. That shit just fucks everybody up. People were pissed, I could tell, but it was fun. It was fucking, that game is incredible. Mayo, you need to play Star Wars Battlefront 2, dude.
Yeah, we need to go and play some.
For sure. But yeah, besides, that's all I've been playing this week, guys. Really, like I've been going back to Days Gone. I've been waiting for The Last of Us 2. And really, that's going to be the first big game, I think, for this year is The Last of Us 2. Mm-hmm. What else has released this year? I don't even fucking remember. What the fuck has come out?
Minecraft Dungeons. Ooh.
Oh, God. No, go play a big boy dungeon crawler.
Minecraft Dungeons. Yeah, besides that, I mean, that's all I've been playing. What have you been playing, Mayo?
Oh, man. Mayo has been very busy over here. So in the process of a move, I decided to build a new PC also. Ooh. So I haven't had time to put it together yet. So I have like all the parts at the new place, and they're ready to be put together here in the next couple of days. So I went with the new Intel. I know, Jesus, you've been giving me crap about not going to the AMD. But if you look, the Intel does outperform AMD on gaming. Like it'll give you better frame rates because it's got them faster cores. It's all about that core speed. So, and this new i9-109K or whatever you want to call it, I think the worst name ever for it, but it does boost itself up to 5.3 gigahertz. So I can't wait to get it in there, and because just seeing what the games are going to run like with that new CPU and with this 2080 Super that I have, that they should run pretty well and pair together pretty well. So besides just messing with all that stuff and moving and all that, I picked up that Switch, like 2 weeks ago. I did pick up a couple games on the Switch.
Oh, you bought a Switch? I forgot about that.
Yeah, and I might have it mentioned in the show because we didn't have one last week. But so I picked up a Switch, and this was like prime opportunity to play it because during the move I didn't have any internet at the new place, and they had to come out the other day. So my boy and I stayed there the one night, and so we was at the old place, and we downloaded a couple games to the Switch, and then we went back to the new place and docked it on the TV, and we played some Mario Kart 8 for a little while. And shamefully, he did talk me into buying Minecraft Dungeons.
Wait.
Only
so it's on Game Pass.
Wait, what the fuck? Why'd you buy it?
So we have it on Game Pass, right? And he played it through completely on the PC. So on my PC, I think after you beat the game the first time, you go through it a second time and a third time, and the difficulty gets higher each time. So when it first came out, he played through it and beat it, and it had the same problem, Michelle, that John had. He tried to launch the game one time after he closed it, and it said that we didn't own the game anymore. And so he went upstairs and he went to the Xbox One X and fired it up on the Xbox. Well, when he fired it up on the Xbox, he played for a while. He came back downstairs and tried to get on the PC, and it worked, but it erased his game file. So he lost all this progress he had made on the PC. So he was super mad. And he restarted playing back on the PC again, and he beat it, the 3 times now, and he's found the secret levels, and he's beat pretty much everything in the game. He's waiting on the DLC to come out. He wanted to just kind of tinker around and play multiplayer at the new apartment, and he didn't want to lose his progress. So he asked me if I'd buy it on the Switch and we just play it there, on the Switch, because that wouldn't affect me signing under my Microsoft account because he uses my Microsoft account. So that's kind of why we ended up buying it. So even though it wasn't Game Pass, I do have it on Game Pass.
It's so good, he bought it. Yeah.
Like you were saying, Michelle, I must be a John on this show because I've also bought another game that I own on PC.
Yeah, you're the John.
And one of my favorite games of all time is Dead Cells.
I knew it. I knew you would buy that game.
That's his too.
So, you bought it
in
again?
that game. Yeah, so I have it on PC, and I beat that game. I'm on 3BC on the PC. Then it came out on Game Pass, and I played on the Xbox. It's on the mobile. It's on Android now, and so I'm going to pick it up on my phone. Now I have it on the Switch. I haven't played it yet, but I bought it the other day and downloaded it, and it's ready for me to play on the go. And John and Michelle, they kind of talked me into it a little bit. Listen to VGO, talk about playing on the deck, and I do have a deck where I'm at, and so. I'm kind of up off the ground a ways and have a nice little view, so I'll be able to kick back and put my feet up and just
Don't blame me for that. That's all John would have to play. I say get inside in front of your damn monitor and play games like a normal person. But no, he loves playing games outside with that Switch. But at least you're taking advantage of the Switch. I feel like I'm not. Like I always play docked. I never play handheld. So I think that's good. At least you're playing it that makes it a Switch. You're playing outside. You're playing portably.
Yeah, and that's kind of the main thing I think for me. It is kind of like what you guys were saying too. It is kind of like a good console for a PC owner, I think, because a lot of those indie games on there that are on the PC are on the Switch. And actually, this morning I was kind of going through their Switch store because they're having a big sale, and I found 3 or 4 games that were on my Steam wish list on the Switch. And I'm like, you know what? It's a game that doesn't really matter because like one of them was the Katamari Damacy, I think it's pronounced, where you roll the ball and you collect things and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're on a time frame. And I'm like, that's kind of a waste of horsepower to play it on the PC, and it's kind of a silly game. It's like a quick hit game. I'm like, I could put that on the Switch and just play that on the Switch, and it was like a third of the normal price. So I just picked it up, I'm like, yeah, I'll play that on the deck, So
deck games.
It is persuaded me to buy a couple games on the cheap that I think I could play on the go if I'm bored and out and about. So, and that's probably the only thing I'm going to use it for.
No cool. Pokemon.
No Pokemon yet. My boy is asking me to get that, and he also wants Smash Brothers, so we will probably pick those up this week. But no,
all right, I hate to
Diablo.
cut in here, guys. Sorry, but I have to go. It's 5. But it was a lot of fun. And when is it up? Like later?
Today?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it on Tuesday.
Cool.
Make sure you at VGO in the tweet. I'll retweet.
Hell yeah! All right, thanks for being on, Michelle. Yeah.
No problem.
We need John. We need John next. We need John.
Yeah,
here.
Get John next. I'll pimp the show to John. All right, bye.
And probably that other guy you mentioned too.
He would be nice
getting
if
Kevin
he'd
in
do
here
it.
and.
Oh yes, get Kevin on. I'm gonna call him out like when I mention the show. I'm gonna say we just shit on Kevin for 2 hours, and that'll get him to listen. All right, well, take care.
Oh shit! Thanks, Michelle.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. But yeah, so Switch talk, Gunny. You're next.
Switch deck talk. I'm sure everybody's eager to hear about Xbox One X talk. That's what they want to hear.
God, Gunny, God.
Yeah. No, let me start off with a PC game here.
Oh, there we go.
This is a PC game. Since I am a Halo insider, guys. I am VI fucking P is what I am. So I played a little bit of that Master Chief Collection, Halo 3, early access. Secret beta stuff on 3. PC. So yeah, I actually got a Steam code for this.
So what game was it? Which one was it?
Halo 3. So that's what I think we're currently up to 2 right now, but I just played the beta for Halo 3.
Right now on PC you could play Halo 1 and 2, right?
Correct.
So now you're on the why are they doing it like this? Why are they releasing them like one at a time?
Because this is what I think. When they first came out with that Master Chief Collection on the OG Xbox One, it wasn't 100% broken, but it didn't have like a playlist. And after every match, it would basically kick everybody out of the party, bring you back to the main menu. And there were a few other bugs that were just like, I don't know, like people were just like, screw this game, like we're just going to go play something else. So I think I'm pretty sure they fixed it. I haven't played probably the Master Chief Collection since we used to do our Saturday night thing. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They probably want to get everything working before they fully release this game. And so it looks like also they're doing it as well with the Xbox beta. So that's kind of following along with what they're putting out on Steam. And yeah, I played I think it's just like Team Deathmatch is what it was, and it was I'd say it was flawless. Everything worked pretty good. Like I didn't have much problem connecting with other players, and yeah, I think it was like a 4v4 or something like that, or it was every man for himself or whatever mode it was. But it was fun. I just played with the controller, so I didn't want to do the old mouse and keyboard last night. But yeah, good stuff. Also played some Deep Rock Galactic today. Just played with some randos today. I didn't get to play with my normal crew. Just go kill shit, kill bugs, man. Just playing as my gunner. I want to really upgrade my gunner with the minigun. It's just a ton of freaking fun playing with that thing. I just love that gun. Yeah, so looking forward to playing more of that with my co-op buddies. And let's see what else. Zombie Army 4. I've got only like the last chapter to do. I've made it to like this safe room. And so just playing like on the single player portion of it, it's man, it's freaking hard. And I'm playing on baby mode too. But I'm just getting my ass kicked in it. So probably from these snipers and the just other that game is just pissing me off. So I'll get through it eventually, and I'll get to Hitler and kick his ass, finish it up, and go back and do some horde on it. And last but not least, what else did I play? Of course, my old Mud Runner. I think I mentioned that. That's about it, guys. Not a whole lot.
All right. Well, shit, Gunny, fuck. What do we do now? I mean, we talked about the PS5 already. That was all the news we had this week, really.
So I have a question for you guys, but I mean, was there something, any other game besides like Spider-Man that we talked about that really caught your eye?
Not really. Ratchet and Clank look pretty cool, and I'll probably play that, but all the other games are coming or everything else.
I talked to a guy at work talking about Ratchet and Clank, right? And he was trying to tell me, and this, he is a big PlayStation fanboy. I mean, he is probably the biggest fanboy I've ever seen, right? And he's trying to tell me he thinks the new Ratchet and Clank, when they show those little portals and he jumps through them, that's the speed of the SSD and that's the game loading in. I'm like, no, those are just pre-built. He said, you can tell there's like a cloud in there and he attaches to it and pulls himself in. I said, just like any game, I'm sure that's probably just a portal. And he's like, no. That's a whole new world, and that's how fast it loads in. And I'm like,
it's the same world.
I don't think so. I think that's just one level that's pre-designed, and you're just going through it. And he's like, no, I think it's you hop in between levels, and that's when the game loads. And I'm like, oh, I don't think so. But
I mean, a faster processor on consoles for sure.
There's the part in the trailer, Jesus, where he like opens like a rift and he pulls himself through it and he ends up in another world. He was thinking that's loading that whole other world in one shot that quick as he was popping through the portal, and thinking, again, that's
wasn't
all
that the
assets were
trailer,
loaded
though?
in.
Like the actual gameplay was basically I'm on the left side of this map and I'm just kind of going on the other side of the street. Right from the actual gameplay. So that was just another way of saying like, okay, I'm not using a grappling hook, I'm using a portal. But I know what he's talking about, like the trailer is what he was talking about, I presume.
There's just a level. He kind of popped in and out. Like there's a big circle that would kind of open. He would kind of pull himself. He'd grapple hook it and he'd pull himself into it. And then he'd be in a different environment. And then because it would jump to like a futuristic city. And then he was in a different area at another point in time. But he was thinking it was loading each level.
I mean, the game looked great. I thought it looked like a lot of fun. And I didn't get to play the last one. So yeah, looking forward to.
Jesus, did you notice they were talking about the ray tracing on Clank on there? Did you notice much of it? 'Cause I myself did not notice it much. So
it's hard to notice ray tracing, man. Ray tracing, it's really hard to notice it. It's hard to notice it if you're not looking for it, because all it is really lighting. It's
and
what
reflections,
it is.
yeah.
And reflections. And if you're not looking for it, you're not going to notice it.
I mean, the game already looks bright and colorful, and
yeah.
yeah. So it depends on what you watched it on your phone, the PC, on TV. But anyway, guys, Kenya Bridge of Spirits. It almost reminded me of Ori and the Blind Forest a little bit. It just kind of had that feel, like even the trees look similar. So I understand it's different gameplay, but that game looked pretty neat.
And then too, the Little Big Planet. I can't remember this. Was it Sackboy? Yeah. To me, right away, Jesus, that looked like a VR game. The way they designed the levels and the angles and some of the stuff they were showing stuff, it looked like it was prime for VR. I remember texting that out, and it reminds me of a lot like the little bit of Super Lucky's Tale, or this is called Lucky's Tale in Oculus. It reminded me a lot of that. I played about halfway through that game on the Oculus store in the Rift, and just the level design and the angle where the camera was at, it looked just like that game's going to be in VR. And so I think that's going to be a VR title. And there was another one too.
The other one is, okay, so it says here, I'm just reading off of this, the Astro's Playroom. It says it will come preloaded with the console. Astro, you may remember from the Playroom VR game on PS4, returns in late 2020. Although this platform game appears to be stripped of VR innovations, it acts as a demo of the PS5 DualSense wireless controller. I don't know, guys. I think it's lame to me that
lame.
Yeah, that should be like a tech demo using that character, probably.
Yeah, but I would think it would also be in VR, like they would have a VR mode or non-VR mode, which some games I can actually, when you load them up, it'll ask you which mode do you want. So I think that'll be pretty cool for people to, experience in both modes.
You think so? Say that the PS5 comes out and then they come out with a PSVR, which we know they're probably going to. Do you think they'll eventually bundle those together for a hefty price tag?
No.
I don't think they will either.
No,
just
because it's too much. The price.
Yeah, at once. Even though it might be technically.
You were right, Jesus. You were right. They didn't show anything regarding the VR. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to. They don't want to scare people with too much shit. They got headphones, fucking remotes and shit already coming out with it. They don't want to scare you with the new VR yet. That'll be next year.
The next conference they do, which will probably be in August.
No. Nope.
Nothing yet on that, right?
Nope.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my God, $800.
Next
Johnny,
year.
I don't have that much money.
Next year will be the VR year or the year after next. I'm assuming probably next year though, because think about it, they could come out back to back each year with the new thing, compared to Microsoft with just the one console. They can kill it, keep the hype train going.
Yeah.
The one game that I'm most excited about is Hitman 3. In my opinion, it's going to be incredible. Apparently, this continues a story from Hitman 2 and Hitman 1 from the reboots, the last two games that came out. They do say that this game, you will be able to import the 20 plus locations from the previous two games.
Nice. Just like they did with the last one.
And on top of that, if you already played the second game, all your unlocks for the second game that you've got, like all your weapon unlocks, your special things that you can use to kill people. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Hitman, you start off with the two pistols, the silence pistols, and like a wire, like a choking Garrett wire or whatever. You can choke people with it, and that's it. That's where you start off with. But later on, as you play the game, you get special bombs. You get a pen that's a bomb, or a rubber duck that's a bomb, or a suitcase that's a bomb, or a toxic gas, or a fucking nerve thing you can inject people with this fucking nerve thing that will paralyze them or whatever. Yeah, you got different ways to kill people the more you play the game and the more weapons you unlock. And apparently all those unlocks will be able to carry over to this game as well. So I need to get this on the PC. I need to get Hitman 2 on the PC so I can start playing it and carry over all my unlocks to the third one.
Yeah. So I was playing PS2 or excuse me, Hitman 2 earlier this week, and there must have been some kind of update where they did add something from Hitman 1 into the game, but it was something like the Garrett wire, but I just can't remember what it was called. And I was like, man, are they integrating some stuff from the first game to the second because I know I own it, which I think is pretty awesome. But I was playing the map where I was in Mumbai, and I'm just laughing at like some of the writing. It was just hilarious, and the game is pretty overall. It's a huge map. But yeah, I'm just kind of stuck right there, but still just having fun. Just so many different ways to, different avenues you can go down. So yeah, definitely looking forward to Hitman 3. Can't wait for that. Ghost of Tsushima. Tsushima.
They won. I can't remember the name of the game now. It was like a first-person game. It had like kind of like a supernatural elements, but it was in first person, and it was like I think it was in some kind of like Tokyo type environment. It was vague. I think it was when I was getting real tired.
That is, I've got it here. It is called. No, it's not that one. It's gonna be. Ghostwire Tokyo.
Okay, yeah, that one looked kind of interesting.
Yeah, that one looks cool. The other one too it's called Returnal. So this is a chick. She's in like a spacesuit, and it looks like she lands on some weird planet. And yeah, that looks pretty interesting as well.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care about these games. I don't care no more, Gunny. God damn it.
I do. I care about these games.
No one cares. No one cares. Resident Evil 8. Resident Evil 8 is coming.
I missed it. I did not watch that part.
Come on, Gunny. That was probably the biggest game they showed. Besides Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Say Horizon.
Yeah. So
I'm excited just to play the PC version of Horizon when it comes out, because I have yet to play it. So
comes out this week or next week or some shit. Something like that. You can pre-order it right now on Steam. It comes out July, I think.
Nice.
July 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 12th. I don't fucking know. Something like that. I know Brink was talking about it. But I already own like all the editions on the PS4. Like I somehow bought them all. I bought the fucking original game, and then I bought it again, and then I bought the Ultimate Edition. I bought it like 3 times. I don't know how they tricked me, but I bought the shit 3 times, and I own them all. And the fucked up thing is, if I install like the base version, and I want to play the DLC, and I install the DLC, it tells me, no. You have to uninstall everything and install the Ultimate Edition to play this. It's like, what the fuck? It's all fucked up. Like the way PlayStation does it, it's not like Xbox. If you already own the game and download the DLC, that you can just play the DLC. No. PlayStation makes you uninstall everything and then reinstall the game, like the full edition of the game or whatever. It's like, what the fuck? It's really weird. I don't know. PlayStation does it that way. Maybe they don't anymore, but I know when I try to play it, that's what they did to me. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I guess at this point, the ball's in Microsoft's court, I guess. I mean, like,
yeah,
Microsoft is set to do their big fucking thing in July. I mean, what are they going to do? What are they gameplay? Are they going to show gameplay? Is that what they're Cyberpunk? How much Cyberpunk? How much Cyberpunk you think they're going to show at the Xbox event? I think a lot.
Ooh. Do you?
I think a lot.
I don't know.
Because Cyberpunk has the exclusive. Microsoft has the exclusive rights to market that game. I think they're going to show a lot of Cyberpunk. They're going to be like, this is the first 30 minutes of Cyberpunk or some shit. Watch. They're going to do something like that.
I hope so, actually. That'd be kind of a nice...
This is like the first 20 minutes of Cyberpunk. This is what you do.
You'll probably see some, Halo?
Oh, yeah, that new Halo Infinite, right? Is that what it's called? Halo Infinite? Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I think... just because it's been absent for so long, I think we're going to see a Fable game. I think that's going to be a game that's going to
like maybe a teaser, excited. Like maybe a little teaser, like, hey, we're making this, but it's not done yet.
Yeah, kind of do it in the PlayStation style. Do just like a little intro with like a reference to the old games, and people be like, "Oh, that's Fable, like halfway through the trailer, and then they'll say at the end, be like,
Fable. Coming 2025. We don't know when it's coming. What else? Yeah, I don't know what they can do. I mean, I guess show the price, because we we know what the console looks like. We know kind of what games they have coming.
But do they show the price? Because didn't they say that they pretty much guarantee this time that they're going to be cheaper than the PlayStation? Didn't they say that they would not be outsold?
No, it's not guaranteed.
No, I don't think it's guaranteed.
I thought Spencer said that he was saying that they were not going to be outpriced this time because they learned their lesson on the 360.
Why do you do that?
Xbox One, I'm sorry.
You say you're going to be 600. Sony comes out and says they're going to be 500. What are you going to do? No, we're 400 now, motherfucker. Guess what? We lied. Woo!
Right. That's why I think they wait. I think they wait until real close to the holiday.
But everyone's waiting. They both just wait to the end.
Yeah, very end.
Two days before launch. All right, guys, these things cost $1,000 a piece. Thank you for pre-ordering. We're going to be charging your credit cards now.
Sony comes out 800. Yeah.
We're charging your card, Gunny. We're charging it right now, 800.
Take my money.
They should just raise the price the first week when the console comes out, so all the eBay buyers and the scalpers will have to pay extra to get the console, and then wait a month and then lower the price.
No, let's go $4.99 on both.
Yeah, I think 500 is going to have to be the point that they want to be at. I just think when people see 600, 700, that starts to scare them off. But for some reason, that $4.99 mark seems to me where they want to be.
And I also think that like the difference on the PS4 with the disc and disc less, I think it's only a $50 difference. I'm going to say that. Maybe $4.49.
Yeah, it could be. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, I don't think they should be, if it was me, I would not go over 500. I just feel for some reason $5.99 feels like too much.
Yeah, it is. They know from history that nobody's going to. Well, people will pay it, but they just won't sell enough. So, got to keep it under that $5.
I say they dropped the PS Pro price down $100 to what is it, $299 now?
$299.
So they knock it down to $199 and then make the PS5 like $499 and then go from there.
No, the Pro is still $399.
Okay, so they drop it to $299 and then sell the 5 for $499.
Oh, the Xbox One X is already $299. That's fucking wild. It's dropped before the Pro has, and it's still more powerful than the Pro. That's crazy. But it goes to show how much.
Mine. When I got mine, I got it bundled for $299.
But it goes to show how much of a lead PlayStation has over the Xbox. They don't give a fuck. Yeah. Like, we're not dropping shit, motherfuckers. You guys can drop all the prices you want. We're not going to do shit.
But then, too, you get the same thing, I guess, too, is, Sony, a lot of Sony people are going to buy a PlayStation no matter what, I think.
Right.
And so, because they are
just like Xbox.
Just that much of a fan, and they want those exclusive titles, and they're willing to pay that extra to get them.
And I think it's going to be the same with this generation. I think we're not going to see a difference. Everyone thinks that the console specs of the Xbox is going to fucking make a difference. Nope.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, as far as like who's going to... The only thing I could have thought of, guys, when we talked back about where PlayStation allegedly was... Well, it could have been confirmed that they were having... whatever their heating issues and pricing issues. I mean, it was a lot of like, could have just been fabricated stuff in there as well. But then they talked about also where it would have been like a limited supply or something. Then I was thinking like, okay, like I could definitely see Xbox or some PS4 owners jumping ship a little bit over to Xbox. I can see them getting a little bit of a leg up over there. Because it's not going to be available at launch for everyone to get it who wants it.
People have asked me who I think is going to win the console war this next generation. And I'm like, well, how do you define win? I said, I think the PlayStation is going to sell way more units, but I think Microsoft's going to make more money. And they're like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, I said, when you take Game Pass and the amount of subscribers they're getting on Game Pass, they're more about the software. And that's kind of like what their roots were, with Windows and all that stuff. I think they're trying to make their money in the software, not hardware sales. And that's where they're going to make more money. And to me, that's the win. Sony's going to outsell the Xbox, but Microsoft has this ecosystem now that they've been building with Game Pass, Game Pass Ultimate, and getting us to all pay $10 or $15 a month, to play these games, and them just raking in what was it, like $400,000 a month on the 40,000 subscribers to Game Pass that they have now, just taking that money.
Yeah, the other thing too was when the Xbox One launched and PS4 launched, if you remember, Sony got the rights to advertise Call of Duty and Destiny. And they continue to keep that advertisement with Call of Duty, Activision. And so I in my opinion, I think that just sold a ton of PlayStation 4s because, it was all over the TV, the internet, and they continue to still advertise that. And I think that does sell a lot of consoles, although it's available on the Xbox One.
I think with the Xbox too, when you look at the sales too, is how bad they are in Japan. I remember we were talking about the CNC game, the Game Store guy, and he would actually have at the beginning of his shows, he would talk about console sales for the month in Japan, and where he would get his numbers and all that stuff, and he would be like, the Xbox One X, they sold 2 of them this month in Japan. And it's like, holy cow, 2, and I can't remember if we covered it in the news here a couple weeks ago. I did see a thing where they think that Sega's kind of partnering with Microsoft and that maybe kind of branding it, some kind of like Sega Xbox over there in Japan, and that Japanese company and Sega will kind of help push their sales over there a little bit.
That might help. That might help to do something.
And so I don't know if that's what they're working on, but Sega actually, I think if I remember right, still has a fan base in Japan. Like, they like,
for sure,
they're loyal to those Japanese companies over there, and if you can get Sega's backing a little bit, maybe that'll help their sales. If you market it as the Sega Xbox or whatever, or however they're going to try to market it, they could maybe get some reputation and get more sales over that way too.
They might. You know what, Mel? I think you're onto something. You know what? That is genius. They're going to go from selling 2 consoles to 5.
Right.
Well,
hey, that's double. That's more than double sales, Scotty. I mean,
yeah.
Depends how you look at it. You just got to throw those numbers out there. We're going to sell double the amount of Xboxes because of this.
Yeah. 2.1 more. For sure. What do you say, Jesus? I say it's news time.
I say we're done with the news, and I say we are done with the show.
That's it? We're finished?
There's no news, dude. Everything's PS5. There's no news. Everything's done. What the fuck? No one cares.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. What are we going to do with you?
I'm not feeling it. This news is not good news. I don't want to talk about this news.
No good news. All right.
This is all lame news. This is bad news, guys. I don't want to talk about any of this.
Fine. Then I say we move on to the greatest thing ever, Console Corner. Let's do it, guys.
What the news?
We skipped it. So for your month of June, PlayStation Plus, Star Wars Battlefront 2. We just talked about that earlier today. It's awesome. Call of Duty, World War II, free. Both games free on the PlayStation. And over on your Xbox One for the second half of June. So probably by the time you hear this, it should be available. If it's not on your dashboard, you can
the fuck is this coffee talk?
It's something like if you're working at a Starbucks and you're serving coffee and you're talking to the customers.
No one at Starbucks talks to the customers.
That's
true. Maybe at your mom and
no one at Starbucks will sit there and talk. They're like, motherfucker, what do you want? Hurry up. What's your name? Your name is Henley. All right, Renly. We're gonna put Renly.
Yeah.
Renly on the cup.
No, you know what they call me at Starbucks, guys? What do you think they call me at Starbucks? What do they write down?
Old man.
Emily.
Emily.
Yes, I am Emily at Starbucks.
That's our show title this week, I think.
I'm serious.
That's a good one. Henley, yeah. Emily. Yeah, what are you? So what's your name? Emily. All right, Emily, here you go. Emily, you got your coffee, Emily.
And then, guys, I'm always like, I usually just look around like, is there an Emily around here who needs a drink?
Can you stand there for like 10 minutes?
10 minutes at least.
Waiting for an Emily to come up for her drink.
My drink is getting cold, and they're probably thinking like is he one of those? Let me get my drink and get out of here. Okay.
Is this guy a weirdo? Why doesn't he get his drink? Did we fuck it up?
Sir,
it's 2020. I don't care. I'm Emily.
Hey, excuse me, Emily. Your drink's right here, sir.
So now a lot of times I just go in. I either say I'm Bob or Mike. Mike
just
or Bob.
Like an easy name they can't fuck up.
Yeah. Could you put Mike? M-I-K-E. Is it E? Yeah, E. Mike.
You spell it with an I or with the Y?
Not Mickey. It's Mike.
Oh shit.
And not M-I-C. All right. For your other game that's available soon, either tomorrow or today, just go look. Sinmora? I believe it's like a first-person shooter. I never played it. Sinmora. Go get it, guys. It's on your Xbox One. And your featured games on your Xbox Game Pass are this week. Here's the big one, guys. No Man's Sky. So I believe from the tweets that I've been seeing from the guy over at No Man's Sky, I always forget his name, but I believe it's cross-play, like available now between PC players, Xbox, and PlayStation. I don't even know if that game's on the Switch, but if it was, it'd probably be backwards compatible.
I've heard that also.
Or
I haven't checked,
cross-play.
but
yeah,
I've heard the same rumblings of that being true.
Cool. Hey, over on your Epic Store, guys, go over and get 2 free games this week. You've got Ark Survival Evolved. So note there is. So when you go on the store, guys, you'll see where says see options, because you can actually get the base game plus some other maps along with that. So you'll have to click on those individually. So you get a lot of free shit, man, in Ark Survival Evolved. Over on
my son was telling me just yesterday. I was talking to him. He thinks he has over 100 games now in the Epic Game Store. And
wow, I haven't counted mine. I must have bought
a single game.
Damn, I think they've suckered me into buying a couple games. I did buy what is the name of it? It's not Exception. The name is coming to me, but I'll think of it here in a minute. And I have only played it once, just haven't had time. It's that base building game. So your second game over on Epic Store is Samurai Showdown Neo Geo Collection. So if you remember those old consoles and arcades, yeah, go play some Samurai if you're into the fighting games.
You know, speaking of Epic Games and whatever the fuck, suckering you to buy games, I bought a game on there and I wanted a refund, right? So I emailed them and I'm like, yo, I want a refund. And they're like, okay. What game? So I sent them the title of the game and the order number or whatever, right? And they emailed me and they're like, oh, sorry, because of the COVID, we have nobody in the office right now. So,
but they responded to you?
We'll get back to you in like 3 days. So like 4 days later, they emailed me back and they're like, oh, send us the invoice number. And I'm like, okay. And then he gives you instructions on there. It says, you go to the game, you click on the invoice thing, and you put send to Epic, and they'll receive it. So I do that. I even copy it and send it to them in the email. And then like literally a week and a half goes by, 2 weeks maybe. And they're like, oh yeah, since we never got your invoice number, we feel like this has been solved. Thank you for your purchase. And thank you for being an Epic Games customer. Goodbye. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck was that all about? And then they go ahead and they send me a survey. And they're like, how did we do today? And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You guys didn't even solve my problem. What the fuck you mean? And they're just like, whatever, dude. Like, fuck you. You're not getting your money back, motherfucker. You know, and it's been after I think the refund limit is 2 weeks. So the motherfuckers waited 2 weeks and they're like, yeah, sorry. Like, this has been resolved. You motherfucker. I'm like, you motherfuckers.
Enjoy your game.
I literally, it's not one game. What the fuck's it called? Before We Leave or something like that? It's like it's a game made by the Civ people or whatever, but.
Oh, yes. I remember we talked about that. I did see that on the.
And I tried to like launch it and play it the other day, and I'm like, this sucks. I don't want to even play this right now. I don't want to think right now. I don't want to play this. I want to be a shark and eat people. I don't want to do this. And I uninstalled. But I've been playing the shark game too. That shark, what the fuck's it called?
Man-eater?
Man-eater.
I've been playing that off and on. It's one of those games where like I cannot take it seriously. It's not a serious fucking game. but like I'll play it like in stints, like in 30 minutes. I'll be like, I'll play this for 30 minutes. Whatever, I got time to kill. You know, I'll play it.
You know, guys, you guys know I'm old and I forget things, and I'm partially blind and a little, and I got bad hips, but I feel like I've played this game before, and I know it was on like, I don't know, a Sega Genesis or whatever the fuck it was, or SNES. I don't even know, but I swear
Shark game.
Yeah, I feel like I played Maneater before.
I feel like I have too, and I don't know what. I think I know what game it was, Gunny. I think I know what game it was.
Somebody had mentioned like, oh, I used to own this on
something about depth. Wasn't there
I don't know if it was PlayStation 1 or.
There's a game. Wasn't there a Jaws game?
Yeah, that was it. It was the Jaws game, and I probably that's the game that's jogging my memory.
Was there like a Jaws video game? Yeah, look, it says here Jaws the video game. Yeah, Jaws Unleashed. It came out May 23rd, 2006 for the PS2, Microsoft Windows, and the Xbox.
Yeah, I might have played it on PS2 over at a friend's house. Yep.
Yeah, Jaws Unleashed, dude. Yeah, it looks just like it. If you're looking at the screenshots, motherfucker looks just like it. But yeah, it looks exactly like it almost.
Yep, I've definitely played that.
So yeah,
but never owned it. So that's
you eat people and you bite boats, just like this game.
Yeah. I remember tearing boats in half, so a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I think there was a game on Steam that was something similar, but like you were a shark and you had like scuba divers, and then the shark was trying to kill the scuba divers, and it was like almost like the battle royale kind of game, where you had one guy trying to kill everybody. I'm trying to find it in my library now.
You were like one shark, and all the scuba divers were trying to kill you or whatever.
It was something like that, yeah. Either you were trying to kill them, or they were trying to get to you, or you were trying to stop them from getting somewhere. It was something like that. I never played it, but I remember my son buying it because he wanted to play it, and they never played it.
So. I think I saw that game too. I always see these games advertised to me on Facebook, and I'm like, I should buy that on Steam right now. And then I go to Steam, I'm like, this looks so fucking bad. What the fuck? Yeah. Like there was a game recently on there. They every single time, they're probably going to advertise it now that they're listening right now. But it's Thief Simulator. Every fucking time I see Thief Simulator, I'm like, that looks fun. Breaking into people's houses and breaking shit and like hiding from the people and hiding from the cops as they go by and disabling the alarms and all this, like figuring out how to break into a house. That looks pretty cool, like a cool game. And then I like watched the gameplay. I'm like, this looks so bad. Like this looks really bad, but it looks fun at the same time. And the other day, I was actually on the Nintendo store, and that game was on sale on the Switch for $1, like 99 cents. Not even $1. It was 99 cents. And I was should I buy this for 99 cents? I probably should have if I wanted to try it. If I wanted to try it, I probably should have for that price, because it's not going to be that price on Steam ever, 99 cents. That's kind of crazy.
Hey, do you guys remember that game? I think it was just simply called Thief, but it might have been like Thief 3, and it kind of came out shortly after the Xbox One release and PS4.
Yeah.
And it had some pretty decent gameplay, and you were pretty much this creepo just sneaking into homes a lot, but it just had the worst, almost like, I wouldn't even call it a combat mechanic, but where you would just kind of hold up like a candlestick holder and flick your wrist over their head, and I just cringe every time I even see it. But man, that game could have been so much better. But it did look good visually. It had a good, decent art style.
Yeah. Whatever. What were you gonna say?
The game that I bought was that Satisfactory, and that just came to Steam. But I did buy it. I was suckered into buying this on the Epic Store. I bought it a couple weeks ago. I've only played like a little bit of it. Probably watched more streams of it. But yeah, I'll get into that more. I just haven't been into the city builder stuff. I haven't been playing my City Skylines. I've been trying to branch out, play some more games. Seems stagnant.
Jesus, the game I was talking about on Steam is called Depth.
Depth. Yeah, I've heard about that game, man. Yeah.
He's played it for 1.3 hours after he bought it.
Came out in 2014. It's an old game. 6 years old. Do you think anyone's still playing it?
Nah.
No.
Not anymore. There's so much stuff on there.
But yeah, guys, fucking Call of Duty. I haven't played Call of Duty in the longest time, dudes. Like I feel like I'm falling. I fell off of that game hard. Like it just stopped. Like it was like Call of Duty all the time, every time, and then it's just like done. You know what I mean? It's just done.
Just finished. You're just taking a break. You'll go back to it with season 4 just started, by the way.
Should I go back? 4? Should I go back to season 4?
Season 4 is out.
Should I go back to season 4?
Hey, what about Jesus? Now, do you play a lot of team death? What mode is your favorite?
Hardcore team deathmatch.
Hardcore. Okay, so what about going back on the Warzone path?
No.
Is that a tunnel you can go down?
No, I don't like Warzone anymore. I don't like Battle Royale anymore. It's boring. Yeah. It's boring. I don't know. It's just boring to me to like loot and then die and then you have to like start all over. I fucking hate it.
Okay, so there's the money mode. I thought that one was pretty cool. I probably watch more.
I don't like it either.
What's it called? Not loot, but yeah, that one's pretty
plunder
cool.
Or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like it. I just don't. I think it's kind of lame. Honestly, like I don't know what happened to me, dude. I was all into Battle Royale, PUBG, and all that shit, and then like I've fallen off hard. I'm telling you, like it's just like I'm done with it. Like I don't want to play it no more. I don't want to play Battle Royales. I don't give a shit about 1 versus 100 or 1 versus 200. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
I like playing trios on Apex with Pinpoint.
I mean, I've tried, like, even the other day I was playing, I launched Call of Duty and one of my friends on the PlayStation, actually, they saw me come online and they thought I was on the PlayStation. They're like, what's up, dude? I'm like, what's up? And they're like, what are you playing on? I'm like, on the PC. And they're like, oh shit, I thought you were, they're like, but how did it show you online on my friends? And I was like, I don't know, because it was telling him that I was online on the PS4. Even though I was on my PC, I'm like, no, dude, I'm on the PC. Linked. And he's like, yeah, it shows you online on the PlayStation, like playing Call of Duty. I'm like, oh, well, that's fucking crazy. And then, we ended up playing like a few matches of Warzone, and I don't know, man. I just didn't really like it. I don't know, something about it. I don't know, Gunny.
Yeah, go play some more Animal Crossing.
Very well. I'm done with Call of Duty. I'm not a Call of Duty guy anymore. Those were my old days, Gunny. Those were my old days.
We're sick of hearing about it. Fine.
All those golden guns going to waste.
Yeah. Well, they're platinum now. A lot of them are platinum. Like all my rifles.
Platinum guns going to waste.
My rifles, they're all platinum now. All my submachine guns are platinum now. They're all just done. Fucking shitty ass shits. They're done.
We're gonna see more of the new Call of Duty, I'm sure, in July. Xbox will show it off, right?
Maybe. Yeah. I forget there's a new Call of Duty this year, huh?
Yeah.
See, that's what's lame about Call of Duty. They should just stick to one game. Just release one and develop on it for 2 years, and then 2 years later release another good game. Don't do it every fucking year. You fucking
this is what I think is going to happen, right? You're still going to have your Modern Warfare, right? Which is awesome. People love it. They play it, right? You've played the shit out of it. Then they're going to come out with some kind of Black Ops, and it'll be, yeah, this one's all right, but it does come with Warzone, so there's that. And then the year after that, it'll be back to a new Modern Warfare 3 or something, and it'll be awesome again. Right? Just keep that drug going, man.
We'll see. We'll see, Gunny. We'll fucking see, Gunny. I don't know, Gunny. I don't know. I wish there was a new Battlefield this year. I want a new Battlefield so bad.
Battlefield sucks. I want
a Battlefield 3 style game, like just modern combat. Like that would be so sick. Or Battlefield 4.
See, they are redoing Battlefield 3? Visual upgrade sort of thing. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. That's the one I probably played the least. Maybe because I was working a lot when that came out.
I love Battlefield 3, dude. That shit was dope. Yeah.
Sweet. Hey guys, what do we say we go on to question of the week? Mayo?
Yes.
What is our question of the week that we asked last week that we didn't get to answer?
Well, the last one that we asked, it was not answered, was to mix any two games together and make one new one, Jesus. So you could mix like Call of Duty and Battlefield and make a modern Battlefield.
Modern Battlefield. Okay.
There you go.
Let's start with our first one for Brandon Souls. He says Halo and God of War. Halo and God of War. That'd be
quite the combination.
Normie477 says Fable and Diablo.
Good old Commandalorian over there. He's saying Red Dead 2 and any Star Wars game, Jesus. Any Star Wars game. Take your pick.
Okay.
Howdy, Stormtrooper. I don't know. That's that's a good one. Ghost Nico says Call of Duty and Mech Warrior 5.
Why am I not surprised that Mech Warrior's in that list for him?
Yeah. You've got to add a mech in there, don't you? Either you or Jonathan has to put it in there, Ghost.
Nipron, our good old buddy Nipron from Discord, he said Destiny 2 and World of Warcraft. Again, that one doesn't surprise me either coming from Nipron, because that's 90% of what he talks about in the Discord is Destiny 2 and Nipron. Nipron, I hear all that talk over there.
Yeah, what about Destiny 2 and Final Fantasy Online, Nipron? It's the other one you like. I've seen you play. I watch you stream it. Megromancer says Mass Effect and World of Warcraft.
Jedi of Light, he makes like two of the same game together. He mixed Uncharted and Tomb Raider for a Nathan Drake / Lara Croft team up.
Ooh, good one. I'd pay $90 for that game. Sure. Harlan Meek says Front Mission plus Demon's Gate equals Front Gate. Front Gate, okay. New Front Gate. Front Mission I've heard of. I haven't heard of Demon's Gate.
Richard Jimerson, he said Mortal Kombat and Viva Pinata. He says nothing fancy, just raise pinatas and fight them for Earthrealm.
Yeah. There you go. Good one. Chris Brown says Forza and Skyrim. Ooh, I want to race cars around there. Nice.
We got Andrew. We got News Machine over here, right? And he
Former.
says, DuckTales and The Witcher, Jesus. He says, just a detailed RPG including all the characters from DuckTales going on an adventure. Do you remember DuckTales, Jesus? Are you old enough?
Yep. I do remember it with that fucking duck that would. Didn't it fly like a plane or something?
He was in some of DuckTales, yeah.
Yeah, they flew like a plane, right? And they like fucking went on adventures and shit.
Yeah, and you had Scrooge with all the money.
Yeah, and he would dive into it.
Yeah, he'd swim in his vault every episode.
Yeah, I remember that shit. What the fuck,
Throw a coin. Throw a coin to your duck. Alan maybe says Fortnite and Overwatch equals Realm Royale.
Lame. Is anyone even playing Realm? Let's look at Realm Royale player counts.
I was playing with one of Penn's friends today, and he asked me if I had Realm Royale, but I probably have it installed.
Let's just look at the Steam charts. In the last 30 days, 1,600 players.
I haven't seen anybody streaming it lately.
They've lost 195.4 players.
Think they're playing Apex? You think that's what took them?
Maybe.
And Call of Duty as well. Warzone, I'm sure, because it's free.
The peak all time was June 2018 with 104,000 players, and then July went from 104,000 players to 23,000 players.
Wow.
And then it went from July for 23,000 players to August 2018, 9,000 players. And then from 9,000, it's never gone back up since then. Oh wait, no. In February of 2019, it went back up to 10,000 for a bit, and then it dropped again to 5,000, and it's never gone past 3,000. It's never gone past 4,000 since then.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at all the streamers, they're all playing Escape from Tarkov and Warzone.
Yeah.
That's another game I need to get into sometime again too. Is Tarkov?
I need to get Tarkov again. Like I bought that because of Mayo, and he's never played it with me. Well, wait, that one time he killed me. But
yeah, I did shoot you once.
Yeah,
it's the launcher's on my taskbar and everything. I just kind of skip right over it.
Let me see. Do I still have that launcher on my shit? I do not have that launcher. What the fuck is that launcher? I need to fucking install it again. Damn it. Okay.
For the mix-up, Ryan Gibson says Border Cells. Dead Cells plus Borderlands, baby.
That'd be awesome.
Fuck yeah, he says.
Yeah, Josh Boyd from Hardcore Casual Podcast over there. He says Battletoads and Double Dragon. Battletoads and Double Dragon. Wait a minute, he said.
Ooh.
Sounds familiar.
Oh yeah, I think we're going to see more. Did we see Battletoads at E3 last year? Because I think that was one thing that Microsoft said they were bringing back.
Yeah, I remember rumblings of a Battletoads game coming back, but I haven't heard any more or seen anything on it.
Yeah, but they did show it last year. Jaden Child says Pokemon plus Red Dead Redemption 2.
I gotta catch all those Cowboys, Gunny.
Catch them all.
That old Sean Imes, he says Pac-Man and Pong. Just two paddles hitting around Pac-Man to fuck with him, he said.
Fucking OG, Sean.
Pac-Man.
Oh, fucking G.
Pac-Man back and forth.
Sean wants to keep it simple, man. Just bring it back.
That sounds so lame now when you think about gameplay and then like, yeah, there's a ball and then there's two paddles and then you hit the ball back and forth.
It's a white pellet. It's a pellet. Just hit a pellet back.
It makes me think of a loading screen.
Oh god, that's so
when they
bad.
would integrate like a little game like that in the loading screen of games for a little while.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. I mean, obviously.
God, that's so lame. So basic, Gunny. So basic.
That is super basic. That is like the video game of video games, though.
Is it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Is it though?
Hey, I played Pong, guys. Remember, I'm old. I did play that back in the day with my sister when I was back in the olden days. Back in the old TV with the rabbit ears. John Lamanga. Oh, I don't know if he finished his mix-up here, but he just said The Last of War? The Last of Us plus maybe God of War or Gears of War? I see where you're getting at.
Gears of War. The Last of Us. Oh, shit. That'd be funny.
The Last Gears of Us War. We're just finishing it for you, John. Eric says Beer Tapper plus Beer Driver. Bus Driver Simulator 2019. I'm thinking of work here, Eric, is what I'm thinking of, since I deliver all the alcohol. Beer Tapper and Bus Driver Simulator equals DUI. Jim Piper. Hey, what's up, Jim? Saints Row plus Mortal Kombat equals Saints Combat. Crazy fighting game with even more blood and guts. It would be whack. And our last one is from Bill Gardner. Gears of War in Diablo style. Now that's a game I want to see. Gears of War Diablo style. Perfect. Exactly what I want. All right, we are finished with our community questions of the week, guys. Thank you for answering them. Man, what is our next question for next week for the community?
All right, got her here. I'm gonna go with the last one on our list right now, Gunny. It says, would you give up video games for life to receive $1 million in cash, or would you just refuse the money?
Good one.
Wait, what was that question?
Jesus, would you give up video games for life, all video games, mobile, everything, for $1 million in cash, or would you refuse the money?
Tax-free? Is it tax-free?
We'll say tax-free.
Tax-free. I like it.
Straight up million.
I'm refusing that money. I'm sorry. There's no way. Ain't no fucking way. No fucking way that I'm doing that. Make it $1 billion, and then I might consider it.
No, only $1 million tax free. Damn it.
Nah, that ain't shit. I could spend $1 million in probably 2 days. Honestly, I could probably spend $1 million in 2 days.
You could. Hookers and blow, man. You could buy
hookers,
a yacht.
blow. I'd be in Vegas on the penthouse of the Caesar's Palace. The whole top floor would be mine, and it'd be me and 1,000 hookers that I don't know. And $1 million would be gone in about 2 days. I'd be fucking flat broke. I'd be getting kicked out of the hotel after 3 days because it'd be like, sir, your credit card's declined, sir. Your card's declined. No more room service. No more champagne for Jesus. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gunny. $1 million ain't shit, Gunny. Come on now. Video games the rest of your life.
Yeah.
$1 billion though? $1 billion, that changes everything.
But Jesus, we have to realize, age doesn't play a role in this. We have Gunny over there. He's a little bit older, so
yeah, Gunny's thinking $1 million is like a bunch of money because he grew up thinking that was a bunch of money. Nowadays, Gunny, $1 million ain't shit. Back in the day, you remind me of Dr. Evil when he's like coming up with this master plan. He's like, we're gonna ask him for $1 million, and he's like, okay. And they're like, sir, $1 million is not a lot of money. And he's like, what do you mean it's not a lot of money? They're like, you might want to bump that number up to $1 billion. And he's like, why? $1 million is a lot. That's you right now, Gunny. $1 million ain't shit, Gunny. Motherfucker.
No, you're right.
2 days. 2 days in Vegas, and that shit'll be gone. I can tell you that, Mayo. Right, Mayo?
Right. I'm right there with you.
Shit would be gone so quick. Gunny over here is going to fucking plan a fucking retirement with it. Fucking be all responsible and shit.
I'll make sure my family has money after I'm gone.
I'm over here thinking of 1,000 ways I could spend that shit real quick.
Not on games. That would be tough.
That would be tough, but not really, Gunny. Not really. I could develop another addiction real quick. Oh, yeah, buddy. Anyways.
We're done.
We're fucking done. I'm done. I want to give a quick shout out to our Patreons over at patreon.com/horrible gamers. Big shout out to you, Adam Sunday. Thank you for being a Patreon for such a long time. Also to Bill Garner II, Brandon Willier, Brian Capessa, Chad, Evan Tanaka, Commandalorian, Jesse Kraft, John Jerome, Jonathan D. Hall, M. Polo, Macmod, Nipron, Pork Chop Poo, Robbie Wheat, Robert Noble, Sean Patrick, the Mayo, and Vader Holic. Thanks to all of you for being Patreons. I appreciate all of you. And I just got an email like this week or last week or something like that apparently next month they're going to start charging taxes on this shit. So I don't know how that work. How does that work?
I would. I don't know. We'll find out.
Taxes.
I didn't get that email, but yeah, I can see how you would.
Yeah, like I said, like yo, we're gonna start charging taxes on the people that pay your Patreon. I'm like, what? Taxes? And they're like, yeah, like people need to pay like sales tax. Like, what the fuck?
Weird.
It's kind of dumb, right? I don't understand.
But I don't know. It's politic crap.
Yeah.
Bureaucrats, man.
In the UK, they already collect taxes, so yeah. Motherfuckers. Fucking British people. Look at them. They're collecting taxes, Gunny.
I think they saw that here in America, and they're like, we need to start charging.
We need more money. Anyways, we're out of here, people. You can find me on everything as Jesus Walks Lot. Quick shout out to who was it on PlayStation? DJ, I think. That was his PlayStation name, DJ, or her PlayStation name. I don't know if it was a guy or a girl, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It was weird, right? Because they added me on the PlayStation machine, and they're like, they're like, you know how on PlayStation it's weird when you get a message, right? You don't just get the message. They like add you to a group. So like all of a sudden you get
it's odd.
You get a notification.
You have to leave the group or something.
Yeah, it's like a notification that's like, hey, yo, you're in a group now. And it's like, what the fuck? I'm in a group. So I left the group right away because I was like, who the fuck is this person in my group? And I left the group right away, and they added me again. But the second time they sent me a message, and they're like, hey, I love the podcast. I've been listening for a while, and they really liked the Iron Man demo, and they told me to try it. So I did try the Iron Man demo a while back, and I said it was pretty amazing too. I just like I told everyone on the show before, I can't wait till it comes to Oculus because they will look so much better. But
thanks for reminding me. I did play some Star Trek Bridge Crew earlier this week along with Beat Saber, and I downloaded a couple games, but forgot to download the Iron Man demo.
Dude, Iron Man demo is really good, Gunny. Like it's actually pretty long too. Like it's a whole mission almost, kind of. Yeah, they do a really good job with it. Anyways, that person's gamer tag was J1-1220, which is a weird name, but whatever.
J Dash, go add me on there. I am HGP _Gunny.
Go add Gunny. He plays PlayStation stuff too.
Yeah. Plays from Bridge Crew.
Yeah.
On the Xbox. Everything, pretty much everywhere. Gunny Chief. Pretty much anywhere.
Where can they find you, Mayo?
You can find me on Steam, Discord. Well, I guess on Discord I'm the Mayo, but you can find me on Steam and Xbox and now the Switch. I don't have my Switch code. Yeah, I did pay for the online package, but
what do you mean you don't have it? You don't know the Switch code?
No, I don't know that big long code.
You don't know how to get. You don't know how to get to it. Oh, you don't
I
have
know
the
how to
Switch.
get to it.
You don't have the Switch with you, do you?
No, I don't have it with me right now. It's back at the other place.
What kind of Switcher are you if you don't carry your Switch with you?
I almost brought it with me today. Actually, I almost took it to work.
You're not a true Switcher.
I bought
especially if you don't have the code ready to give out to the community. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I know. I'm not that much of a Nintendo fanboy
There's
yet.
people at my work, dude. There's just a few people at my work that are like legit. They have Switches and they'll just sit there and play Animal Crossing at break time. Or they'll show up to work an hour early. I'm not kidding. An hour early. And they'll like plug in the shit in the break room and just be sitting there playing fucking Animal Crossing for like an hour before work. I'm like, can you do that at home? I guess.
What are you playing, Jesus, an hour before work? Or do you just show up
pretty much, I show up like 15 minutes before work, and then I sit in my car for like 2 minutes, and then I go inside, get dressed, and get to work. The fuck, Gunny? You show up an hour early to...
$1 are you? Damn it.
No, Gunny, no. Fuck your $1 million. Also, go find Michelle over at Coastal Michelle on Twitter. She's Coastal Michelle on everything, I think. Maybe not. Maybe she doesn't want to be found, which is probably the better thing. I think she doesn't want to be found, which is the good thing.
This listener to over on the other show.
VGO. Go listen to her on VGO, guys, and
Video Game Outsiders.
Shout out to the Video Game Outsiders. Shout out to all of them. I love their podcast. I've been listening to them for a long time.
Almost 15 years they've been out. I didn't even know podcasts existed 15 years ago.
Yeah.
It was before YouTube, I believe, even. That's a long time.
Yeah, they started in 2005, so I don't know. YouTube was in the infancy stages then, so YouTube was around. But they have more episodes than I think most people. And I think out of all the podcasts I've ever listened to, they're the only ones that never miss a week. Or I don't think John has missed a week. I mean, they have skipped weeks, I think, in the past. But I don't think I've ever seen John miss a week. Literally, I think he's always there. He's just always there. He's always
never
there.
Works, just always there.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's always there.
I think they only take, 1 week off a year or 2 weeks off
like
a year?
Christmas.
Like 2 holidays?
Christmas and Thanksgiving or 4th of July or something like that. Like 2 holidays that they don't do a show, really. But Other than that, they've been around forever. They've had Major Nelson on their show in the past. And Major Nelson actually, this is a podcasting trick he did. Back in the day when he was starting his podcast, you know, it was around the same time these guys started theirs. And to pad his numbers, he went from like episode 13 to like episode 103 or 101 or whatever. So 113. Like he just added like a number to his fucking podcast. Like he just skipped 100 episodes. That's why his numbers are padded. And so yeah, there's that.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
The only other podcast that I know that's been around as long, that's a video game podcast that's not similar to VGO, but they're a video game podcast, is Gamertag Radio.
That's where, they've been
around
one of the hosts
forever.
used to be on that show, VGO, if I'm not mistaken.
They've been around for fucking ever, dude. Like Gamertag Radio.
Yeah, and he hosted Podcast Unlocked this week, the gentleman from Gamertag Radio.
Oh, really?
Well, he didn't host, but he was a co-host.
Yeah. So, those guys have been around for fucking a long time, too. And they have near 1,000 episodes, but it's because they release, like episodes, like, midweek a lot of times. So they'll, like, do one at the end of the week and one in the middle of the week.
I just recently started listening to them, and they have a lot of, like, little 20 and 30-minute episodes, too.
Yeah. So their numbers are, like, super high compared to, like, everyone else's. I think the only person that has more podcasts is fucking Joe Rogan, and that motherfucker's been doing shit forever, too. So there's all that. Fun times, guys.
Not us, guys. We offer, like, 2, 3, 4 hours plus.
We're like as long as 3 podcasts, so you could say we
should just like start cutting our podcasts like randomly. I'm gonna start like editing them like 30 minutes a piece and just release them. Like I'll release like a chunk every day of the week. Like schedule it to release Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That way you pad our numbers, guys.
No, they're not our committee members. They like just listen to us at work all day.
Right? No, Gunny, and then if they're Patreons, then they get everything at once. It's like the EA model here. If they're Patreons, they get everything at once. But if they're not, they have to wait every day to release. And we're not going to release them in order, so you have to fucking
guess.
You have to guess how to listen to it.
Johnny's already when they switch, they go straight to the console corner. He's like, "Come on, do the console corner first."
Let's start off with that.
Our new EA model of pricing for the HGP podcast. Woo! Anyways, we're out of here.
Sound effects? Just add it for $10 more a month.
Oh, you know what? We should offer something like that, right, Gunny? Like a Patreon tier with sound effects.
Ooh, yeah.
We're just gonna add sound effects to the whole show. Every time you say something, I'll add like a weird sound effect. Oh, that would take too long to edit. No, fuck that. I don't want to do that. Take way too long to edit, guys.
We'll get a video podcast with Gunny over there without a shirt on every episode.
Oh,
yeah. The video.
There you go, Gunny. Shirtless Gunny tier. How much, Gunny? $15?
I'll be wearing the shortest shorts, too. The shortest shorts.
Damn. Oh, shit. Anyways, what the fuck are we doing? Let's get the fuck out of here. We're out of here. Bye, everyone. Bye.
See you guys.
Good night. Bye. See you next week on the next edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. We're done.